Let's delve into a compelling and intriguing phenomenon that often leaves people pondering. Why do some men seem surrounded by a powerful aura, exuding charismatic energy, while others tend to have a more subdued or less impressive presence? Is it something that science can fully shed light on? Or does the solution lie further within, deep within the realms of their inherent life force? While this inquiry might raise eyebrows among some, it is critical to note that the topics this channel lays forth aren't meant to sit well with the faint-hearted. Vestiges of ancient wisdom propose that men inadvertently partake in activities that drain their life force, one drop at a time. This may seem far-fetched, perhaps alarming to some, but stay with me. Evidence in many cultural traditions and esoteric practices points towards men squandering their life energy, predominantly by wasting semen. Some might dismiss this as an extreme view or an exaggeration. Nevertheless, let's delve deeper. The prevailing consensus advocated by pop culture, movies, and even social media is that frequent masturbation contributes to personal health. Self-proclaimed experts have convinced us of this notion, and unwittingly, we've accepted it as the truth. However, this channel's always advocates for questioning everything and applying rational thought. Isn't the seed men release, endowed with life energy, potent enough to create life? Isn't the single act of releasing your seed into a woman a process that brings forth an entirely new human being? Doesn't that underline how intensely powerful this act is? Tragically, a staggering proportion of men, about 99%, according to various studies, resort to their phones, laptops, succumbing to the temptation, and waste this colossal source of energy away. Some men even surrender to this practice multiple times daily. The ubiquity and easy access to sexually stimulating content online don't make resisting the urge any easier. Nonetheless, resist you must. Consider the aftermath of an orgasm, a sense of fatigue and, often, accompanying guilt. If you were to enter a combat situation in this state, exhausted and weighed down by shame, you'd be at a significant disadvantage. You need vitality, confidence, and focus, all of which are amplified by sexual energy. Now, what changes when you choose to retain this life force? Men who embrace semen retention radiate a unique glow. Women, unquestionably drawn to this aura, can sense it. Other men, too, detect this additional energy, which earns their subconscious respect and admiration. Conversely, men enslaved to constant masturbation invariably project weak, almost negligible presences, somewhat akin to the lifelessness of a zombie. Men who practice semen retention bubble with primal energy, an aura of strength and resilience that is only denied by those who choose to remain tucked within their comfort zones. Despite the swarm of excuses people will fabricate, citing biological needs, or dubbing semen retention as unhealthy, the truth remains. In today's context, popular figures like Mike Tyson, the undisputed world heavyweight champion, admitted to abstaining from sex before his matches. He believed that semen retention boosted his energy levels and improved his performance in the boxing ring. He is one of the numerous sportsmen who practice semen retention for increased focus and physical strength, standing testimony to the practical benefits of semen retention. These examples, from diverse walks of life and different periods, clearly illustrate how semen retention undoubtedly leads to a life imbued with amplified vitality, increased focus, and greater personal power. It is, in fact, natural and infinitely beneficial to retain your semen. Picture our ancestors. Can you envision them locked within their homes, masturbating multiple times daily, or indulging in a quick round before charging headfirst into a high-stakes battle? It's a preposterous image to conjure. Our forebears, pioneers of civilizations, defenders of their tribes against the unruly wilderness and wild animals, were undoubtedly more testosterone-rich than the average man you encounter in the modern world. High testosterone levels were essential to survival, and thus their bodies naturally produced more of the hormone. In contemporary society, the average man's power has been suppressed, while sensory overload has skyrocketed. However, human physiology, resilient as ever, continues to adapt to these drastic changes. If you are a man who chooses to retain semen and constantly challenge yourself, your body will adapt and become stronger over time. As counterintuitive as it may sound, the opposite is true as well. A lack of discipline, the indulgence in detrimental habits, and a constant avoidance of challenges will only lead to weakness. We may be part of a modern world, but the potential for human strength remains inherent within us, carried down from our ancestors. To fully tap into this potential does require setting limitations on oneself, especially in a world that seems hell-bent on dampening our life force. Combining semen retention with disciplines like weightlifting and consumption of a wholesome, balanced diet will not only make your journey smoother but also quicker. Over time, you will begin to experience a tangible surge in power. Your productivity will increase, and your confidence will be amplified, a direct result of the sexual energy you have chosen to retain. Women will be drawn to this newfound aura, sensing an element in you that hasn't been diluted or squandered away, something that about 99% of men lack, that primal sparkle in your eyes. To make this concept clearer and more relatable, let's delve into examples from the realms of various life forms, different historic periods, and diverse cultures. From the mighty lions of the African savanna to the ancient Romans, status and power have been linked to strength, productivity, and leadership. Dominance and influence typically gravitate towards individuals radiating vitality and vigor, often those who succeed in retaining their life energy. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss out on any of my latest content. Take the lion, the king of the jungle, for instance. The male lion, commanding and majestic, governs his pride with unassailable authority. It's not by mere chance or birthright that he retains his kingship. It's through sheer power, physical strength, and fierce resilience, attributes fueled by his life force. This force acts as an invisible yet palpable crown, setting him apart from the rest of the pride, underlining his royal status. Drawing from history, think back to the Roman gladiators, warriors who were the epitome of physical strength and martial prowess. They were encouraged to retain their semen to harness the inner force it holds. Why, you'd ask? Because, they believed, in line with ancient wisdom, semen retention could lend them enhanced vitality and fortitude. It was seen as a tool to amplify their innate physical prowess, sharpening their focus, and bolstering resilience to withstand grueling battles. Contrarily, let's take a look at a man caught in the churn of contemporary times. He usually starts his day with a jolt, grasping for his smartphone as the first rays of the sun peek into his room. Bombarded by an onslaught of everything from work emails to social media notifications, he gets drawn into a vortex of continual digital engagement. Caught up in this relentless cycle, he unknowingly succumbs to numerous outlets, wasting away precious life energy in the form of mindless online browsing and consuming explicit content on the internet. In short, squandering his life force without realizing what he's losing in the process. Here's something significant to note: regardless of the situation or period, energy conservation is not something that happens sporadically. It's a continuous commitment, an all-encompassing lifestyle choice, and an ongoing journey. Here's where the practice of semen retention weaves its magic, and I say magic, as retaining your life energy might stun you with transformative changes that border on the magical. A holistic practice, it permeates every facet of your life, be it mental, physical, or even spiritual. Consider the physical aspect first. At the gym, your trainer can set you up a regimen of rigorous workouts and suggest the most protein-packed diet. Yet, that elusive muscle gain may remain just that, elusive. But, once you switch to semen retention, you're likely to witness a marked difference in your physique. That magic I mentioned earlier, this is where it shows. Be it gaining lean muscle mass, losing stubborn fat, or just becoming more fit overall, you'll notice improvement, staying true to the healthy mind in a healthy body adage. Not just physical, semen retention could work wonders on your mental well-being too. Coping with stress, anxiety, and various pressures of modern life can be daunting. But with semen retention, you might start to observe a heightened sense of focus, considerably sharper memory, and improved concentration. Let's take another everyday scenario. Let's say you're preparing for a critical presentation for a high-stakes meeting at work. With the practice of semen retention, you might find that you are able to grasp complex concepts quicker, focus on the crucial details better, and recall important points during the presentation more effectively. As a result, it helps you perform better under pressure. On the spiritual front, integrating semen retention into your lifestyle can evoke a sense of fulfillment and purpose, giving a deeper meaning to your relationships and bringing about a sense of harmony with the universe. This spiritual aspect is highly appealing to individuals on the path of self-discovery and enlightenment. Remember, the adoption of semen retention does not just benefit the practitioner, but it also enriches the lives of those around him. Improved focus, amplified productivity, and increased vitality can encourage a system of harmony, enriching all who come within this aura of positivity. However, the path of semen retention isn't always smooth. In fact, it can be quite the challenge for individuals entrenched in a comfort-seeking lifestyle. But remember, the tougher the struggle, the greater the growth. The trials of this process will test you, push you to your limits, but once you emerge through the other side, you will be stronger, more disciplined, and radiate an allure like never before. In this journey, stay disciplined and focused. Draw upon the strength within you to harness your inner power for the world to witness and admire. Apply your sexual energy conscientiously to cultivate excellence in all that you undertake. To all the individuals taking up semen retention, I wish you success on your path. And remember, this channel is here to provide guidance and encouragement as you conquer new feats.